You got Hebi Sasuke, manga, data books, fan books.
Sounds good.
All right.
You go first since you won the coin flip.
Alright, cool. So I just think that Hebi Sasuke over Rasen Shuriken Naruto.
Why?
It's just stated.
Show me.
Okay. I'll put it in evidence. Okay. So it's in the section about Sasuke. It just says that Sasuke is always ahead of Naruto.
Always ahead of Naruto.
Yeah.
So then this is it at the bottom of the page?
No,
I don't feel
it's
like we know
in the Sasuke section.
Oh, okay.
Just
I see.
says yeah.
Having a good rival can be a motivating force to go faster. The existence of the genius Sasuke, who was always ahead of him, has made Naruto more passionate about training and has made his abilities blossom. He was always ahead of him. Yeah, but in that, the thing's a bit blurry, and I still haven't read all of Naruto yet. But in that picture, doesn't that take place before the Rasen Shuriken?
That's Naruto training for the Rasen Shuriken. I'm pretty sure this
Okay,
data
so
book covers up
before,
until the end of the training.
okay, but it's still, but when it's covering the Sasuke section, it's right next to that picture, and it's pointing, and it's also has that subtext pointing towards the picture, explaining further, like giving an example of what the data book is referring to, and that's before he's done with the Rasen Shuriken training.
Are you aware that when Naruto actually does accomplish like forming the Rasen Shuriken and utilizing it and whatever, he still says like, "Nice, I've almost surpassed Sasuke."
Show me that.
Alright.
Almost there. Now Sasuke and I can be equals. That almost there could be referring to how the Rasen Shuriken is incomplete. He's like, even though he's incomplete, he and Sasuke can now be equals.
No, the Rasen Shuriken's been completed by this time. Like he
Isn't it like only?
utilized it and everything.
If I recall, it isn't fully complete until he's done with the stage training. Because like the main flaw of it is that it breaks his arm and damages him every time he uses it. But once he gets stage mode and stuff, he can actually throw it, so it doesn't damage him as much.
Do you have any evidence for that?
Evidence for which part?
That like the Rasen Shuriken is incomplete until Naruto can utilize Sage Mode.
Well, then I just state the evidence. The fact that the Rasen Shuriken harms him when he uses it. Wouldn't that just, and like he has a better version, which is the one that doesn't hurt him when he uses it? Wouldn't that just imply that the one that hurts him, which would be inferior to the one that doesn't hurt him?
I'm just not aware of that statement.
What statement?
I mean, like,
Even if it's not a statement, we just know if he could, he probably would have thrown the Rasen Shuriken at Kakashi, because this thing packs an incredible force, and it's not really good to have that force like, right next to your body.
But Naruto threw it here, and his arm's perfectly fine.
And he didn't throw it; he slammed it into Kakashi.
No, but I'm saying in the scan showing him training with Yamato, like he threw it there, and his arm's perfectly fine.
The scan training with Yamato?
Yeah, the scan I just sent. His arm's perfectly fine. Like there's no visible damage to either of his arms.
Hey, you're gonna have to tell me what chapter that is. Let me take a quick look at that.
Let me try and find the chapter.
Which one?
When Naruto trains the Rasen Shuriken, I think it should be around like 3:15. I could be wrong though. I'm gonna check right now.
Go to 333.
3.
Oh yeah, I finally found the scan I was looking for. Thank goodness Chrome had it in the city. I would have been cooked for it. I would have been sorry, not cooked for, done for. What am I talking about?
Let me see if it's here. Trying to see if I can find him throwing it during this
Well,
training section.
even if you do, there's a statement that just says it's incomplete.
Okay. Well, either way, I mean, here, I'll post the scans. Like, here. We see both of Naruto's arms, and they're perfectly fine. Oh, I sent that in the wrong. Here. His arms are perfectly fine. Neither of them.
Is this after the Kakashi fight?
This is before.
Before? Either way, here's the scan that I was talking about. That it says it's just incomplete. So so that would help further support my argument. So it's like he says it's almost there, referring to the Rasen Shuriken, and he's like, because of this, I can now be equal to Sasuke.
Why does this mean that it's incomplete? It says that he just has to be in close proximity. That could mean he's just like he's not as adept at aiming it yet, which is perfectly fine. It doesn't necessitate the fact that it's weaker or incomplete in any way, shape, or form. He's just not adjusted to the jutsu. He's still getting used to it. Doesn't mean it's incomplete though.
It just says so. Look at the bro. You're such a Dragon Ball fan. Look at the third to last
What?
line. Even so, it is currently only 50% perfect. Perfect. It says only 50%
Yeah, but perfect in what sense?
Why
And the
should I
fact
answer
that
that? Just incomplete.
I mean
It doesn't. I don't need to
could
answer it. Just say it's
that's still
incomplete.
referring to the fact that like Naruto can't aim it as efficiently as he otherwise could, right? With more practice.
It doesn't matter in which way it's referring to. Even if it's like, oh, the size of the sauce and chicken isn't big enough. The thing about it, what I'm trying to claim here, is that you're trying to say that Naruto isn't equal to Sasuke yet by using the fact that he says almost there. And I'm saying the alternate interpretation for that is that he's referring to the Rasen Shuriken, and it just tells us it's 50% there. Even no matter which stat it's referring to, he just says it's 50% there
Yeah, but
in
CJ,
whatever stat you think.
that doesn't make the Rasen Shuriken weaker.
Well, I'm aware of that. I'm not claiming it's weaker. I'm just saying because something is wrong about the Rasen Shuriken, no matter which part of the Rasen Shuriken you think it is, I'm saying that could be what Naruto's referring to.
Okay, CJ, or a car. If I have trouble aiming my punch, that doesn't make my punch any weaker. I'm
Bro,
I'm
I'm not
bro.
saying
I know, but
it's
let me
weaker.
elaborate. Let me elaborate. Hold up. Let me elaborate. I'm utilizing right the strength of the Rasen Shuriken to scale Sasuke. I'm not like trying to show you that Naruto can like efficiently use the Rasen Shuriken, right? And my point is that him not being able to aim it doesn't make it any less weaker. I'm trying to scale
Bro,
Sasuke to like Naruto's strongest jutsu. I'm trying
hey,
to show
bro,
you like
I'm gonna make my argument one last time. Let's move on because we're going in circles.
okay.
What I'm saying is that no matter which stand it is, whether it be the fact that he can't aim it, whether it be the fact that he can't throw it, whether it be the fact that it's too small, whether it be the fact that it's a little less powerful than he'd like it to be, no matter which one it's referring to, the fact that it's not completely perfect yet is what he could be referring to when he says almost there. That's all I'm saying. So you claiming him saying almost there, referring to Sasuke, can't be the case if my alternate interpretation about it being referring to the Rasen Shuriken goes through. All right, now let's move on.
Okay. So then, with all this in mind, would you agree Hebi Sasuke over Kakashi?
Why is Hebi Sasuke over Kakashi?
Because Kakashi just admits inferiority to this Naruto.
Show me that.
Alright. That's not this game.
Huh? Did you say something?
Yeah, it's not this game.
Oh, okay, sorry.
My bad.
Discord.
Let me
All right. It says such confidence and the wit to turn failure on its head quickly planning this next move, Naruto becomes truly strong. Uh, it's time to pass the torch. It surpassed me. Is this Pain or Kakashi?
Do you think Pain or Kakashi's stronger than this Kakashi?
Yeah, but don't try to murder ship me, twin. The debate is Pain or Kakashi versus Hebi Sasuke. If this isn't Pain or Kakashi, you bringing this scan as evidence would be presupposing that he stays the same strength.
Yeah, I think they're relative.
Why do you think they're the same strength or relative?
We just don't see anything that leads to the conclusion that Kakashi would have gotten any stronger.
So because you don't see any evidence, therefore it can't be the case. Nice argument for making this twin.
No, I mean, like, okay, like Naruto being a fucking shonen, right?
Oh my
Like
god. You
most
got this
of,
thing to market.
oh my god, all right, hold on, let me cook. Uh, like character progression should just be implied and or shown, and that's just not the case for Kakashi.
Well, say that again?
I think that Naruto being a shonen battle manga, right? Progressions, like the progression of a character, should just have to be implied and or stated.
Implied and or stated?
Yeah.
And you're saying there is okay. So why is this the case in Kakashi's case? Why is this the case in this case? Here?
Why is this the case for Kakashi?
Yeah. I mean, like you can say maybe as a general rule, but why would it apply to Kakashi in this situation?
Let me think about this. I'll stop that, bro. This is a little obnoxious. Mm. Uh, okay. I mean, why is this the case for Kakashi? Like throughout the Pain fight, like Kakashi is just visibly not relative to Pain.
What? What does pain have to do with any of this?
Well, because you wanted to answer why I think this Kakashi, this version of Kakashi, and Pain Art Kakashi are relative, right? And I'm saying that Kakashi is just visibly not relative to Pain in their fight.
That's the dumbest argument I ever heard. Let me explain this to you real quick. So, alright. You realize Naruto at the time, he's a rival to Sasuke. Sasuke just states that if Orochimaru wasn't sick, I wouldn't have won the fight. And the Sannin are relative, right? Which puts him below Jiraiya tier. Jiraiya and Sannin tier, right? And you know Pain beats the Sannin. Just because Kakashi doesn't go relative with someone who's Pain level doesn't mean that he didn't get stronger. That's why the argument doesn't work.
Can you repeat that one more time?
I said, just because he isn't relative with someone way stronger doesn't mean that he didn't get stronger. Like, well, for example, if you're trying to claim that this Kakashi is weaker than Sasuke, and Sasuke just states that if
Wait,
Orochimaru wasn't
CJ. I'm not like trying to prove to you that Kakashi isn't relative to Pain by scaling him to another character. I'm just saying like that based off their fight, Kakashi doesn't scale to Pain. I'm not saying like based
bruh,
off of Jiraiya or anything.
bruh, you need to listen to me. I know I'm aware of that. What I'm saying is that just because Kakashi isn't relative to someone way stronger than him, right? After like a couple, I don't know, like a month or two passed in between the fight, the Kakashi fight and the Pain fight or whatever, just because he isn't relative to Pain doesn't mean he didn't get stronger. For example, uh, let's say like the weakest Genin
So wait, so he got
trains and now he's
unquantifiably
tuning like,
stronger.
huh?
So he got unquantifiably stronger.
I'm not making any claims. This is your claim trying to claim Kakashi didn't get stronger. I'm just giving you an explanation as to why your argument doesn't work. So don't try to
Okay.
put that unquantifiable bullshit on me. You heard me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, even if Kakashi did get stronger, just wasn't enough to be able to keep up with Pain.
That's not my. Bro, I just addressed that. It doesn't matter if he can keep up with Pain or
Yeah.
not, because we know there's at least 2 tiers of strength between current Kakashi and that on that panel you posted about him saying Naruto's passing. There's at least 2 tiers of strength between him and Pain.
Wait,
There's
why are there
Sonic
two
tier
tiers?
and then
Why
there's
are there
Pain
two
tier.
tiers? Okay.
I explained it to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Sasuke says if
Uh,
Orochimaru wasn't sick, if Orochi, I'm busy. Oh my god. I'll be right back. My dad's calling me. I just
alright.
always y'all got any of them beans? Looking for beans, bro. Sorry, my dad just wanted to talk to me about college. Something.
You're good. Yeah. I'm gonna leave this point to judgment.
What point were we on again?
Uh, I was trying to prove why Kakashi didn't get stronger between this time period and the pain arc.
Oh yeah, and I
Between the
debunked
Kakuzu
that
fight.
theory. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that all you have?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Okay. Let me get the scan real quick. Okay. You're where? Shit. Is my mic working right now? Okay, there it is. It's lighting up. Uh, where is this again? Oh yeah, Kakashi can tag Gator with Kamui. By the way,
Why?
it's just we just see it.
Oh wait, can you show me that?
You got it, twin. I'm gonna find it. There it is. Forget what chapter this is. I'm sorry about that, girl. Let me
You're
just
good.
post this. Evidence. That's the first page. Now let me go to the second page. Let me post this. But why did the bot leave the VC?
Oh fuck, did it?
Oh, it says no audio detected in the last 2 minutes. Let me re-record it.
Alright.
Now this. The mobs are in VC. I'll just tell him later. Okay. So yeah, looking at evidence on the first page, Kakashi activates his MS. We then get a zoom in on his eye, and we see space start to distort a little. We see Data's reaction. He has the question mark, exclamation mark. He's like, "What is this?" We see the Kamui sucking in his chest, and then if he goes to the second page, we see more of Kakashi, and then on the left side of that page, we see Akira Jutsu. Oh no! And then he dodges a little bit, but he still isn't fast enough for it to not take his arm. So that just shows that he can tag people from a long distance away with Kamui. And this is like the first time he uses it, so he's inexperienced with it, by the way.
Okay. Why does the distance play a factor? This makes it like harder and
Unless you're
harder.
gonna sit here and tell me that Kamui travels to scene destination instantly, which would
No,
mean
no.
like if you're telling me it does, then you're literally just giving me a win con right there. Because if you end up losing to the fact that Kakashi can see Sasuke with his MS on, then
Just
and you're
putting words
saying
in
that
my
it's
mouth, bro.
instantaneous
I haven't said anything. I was just asking, like, why does the distance play a factor?
because like, I was just explaining that, right? Because let's say it doesn't play a factor, that would imply it's instantaneous because like that just means it just spawns on the opponent. And if you concede or if you lose to the fact that Kakashi can track Sasuke, you can just spawn Kamui on Sasuke's head, which would imply that that would just give me an easier win con. So it's not really in your best interest to question this.
Right. So in this scan right here, like Data is not really moving, right? Like the movement's just coming from his bird.
Huh? Can you prove that? He's like actively running away from them.
I'm just asking a question. I'm not making the claim. Like,
So, say your
is
question again, real quick.
so is Data moving or is it the bird?
Okay, the bird is moving, and
Okay.
then we see the Kamui.
So how fast is Data's bird?
How fast is Data's bird? Data's bird doesn't really throw an effect into this. The fact that it's in motion and that it's in the air, and the fact that Data can still move his physical body to the point where like it targets a whole different section of his body. That should just
Yeah.
imply it's a speed from Kamui on Data's body.
Sure. Okay.
You're fine with that? That like
No.
Kakashi can
Hold
tag
up.
Data?
Mm, I mean, he can tag Adara not moving on top of the bird. So the speed feed would come
Data
from Datara's bird, correct?
Data moves.
Yeah, once he's hit with Kamui.
No. Okay. Look. What do you mean? What do you mean by hit with Kamui? What do you mean by hit with Kamui?
Like when the Kamui starts appearing on Datara and he recognizes that it's like hitting his arm, that's when he starts attempting to move. Or I think it starts on his shoulder actually, and then it moves down to his arm.
It starts on his on the opposite shoulder, and then he dodges, and it hits his right arm,
Okay.
and like his elbow area or whatever.
Okay. But that's like, yeah. So Datara starts moving after he's hit with Kamui.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
So that just okay. So what does that mean? That means Data can't dodge until it's too late. Is that what you're implying?
No, I'm not implying anything. Like this isn't like Kakashi can hit Datara standing still on top of his bird moving. So I'm asking, how fast does the bird move? Because Kakashi would need to be tracking the speed of the bird, right? Not like Datara
Oh, okay. I
himself,
see what you mean. I see
because
what you
Datara
mean.
is not moving.
Okay, well, the problem is he sees Kamui. Kamui doesn't, even though Kamui does hit him, obviously it's not like locked onto his body because he can shift Kamui to another spot just by moving his whole body. So him getting hit by Kamui and then later moving before it like becomes a lethal shot would imply that it's just a speed feat for Kakashi's Kamui or Data or whatever, whichever way you want to take it. And it's not like Kakashi's only tracking how fast the bird can.
Wait, why does that imply that it's a speed feed? Does Kamui move with Datara's body?
No, I'm saying I probably should phrase this better. Let me think. What I'm saying basically is that right, Kakashi he tries to tag Data from a long distance his first time using it, and therefore would have lesser accuracy, less experience with it. The first time he does it, he tries to tag Data. It hits Data, but Data has ample time to move, but he doesn't move until last second. Right, which should imply that he just
Wait,
couldn't
what do you mean
dodge.
he has ample time?
Probably
What
just
do you mean
works
by he
fast.
has ample time to move?
Ample time. He notices it's on him, but he still can't dodge fully, which would imply that it's an actual
I
state
mean,
that Kamui can tag Vader.
well, no, like the Kamui starts forming, and Data is like, "What is this?" He only starts to notice like what's actually happened. He only becomes aware of what's actually happening when the hole starts appearing. That's when he becomes like aware of the situation.
Hmm? What?
Yeah,
No,
like
bro.
look.
That just clearly isn't the case. Look at
Wait,
the first
can I
page.
like? Yeah, wait. Can I explain my interpretation though?
You just did, didn't you?
Well, no. Let me elaborate a little bit, right? So, like in the first scan, like we see like how would I say that? Like yeah, like we start seeing the space getting distorted because of the Kamui, right? But that's not when Data starts moving. He only starts moving when he sees the hole on his body.
Bruh. That's just what?
Yeah.
No. The problem is what you're saying is that look, we literally see Kamui get activated. He has the question mark exclamation mark, right? And we see from the panel that space is being distorted a little bit. This is when he
Yeah.
first notices that something is going on, and then
He
we
doesn't
see
know what.
Kamui, and then we see what? What do you mean we don't know that? Every time,
No.
most Kamui,
Data doesn't know. Data doesn't know why space is being distorted. Is what I said. He doesn't know why.
so okay. So if he activates a Sharingan, which Data should be if Data should be well, what's
Familiar
the
with.
word? Familiar with, right? If he's familiar with Sharingan, right, and he sees Kakashi activate the Sharingan technique,
But he
and then
doesn't see it
I
because
mean
his
he
back
doesn't
is
see him
turned.
activate. No, my fault. Even if he doesn't see it, he sees the Sharingan. It changes shape, and then we see space start to get distorted. He can probably just put together that this is some weird Sharingan.
But why would Data even be aware of Kakashi's Sharingan?
I'm not saying he's aware of Kakashi's Sharingan. I'm just saying that we know that he's aware of Sharingan in general, and he sees space start
Sure.
to get distorted
But
after
Itachi
some
doesn't
of
have
Kakashi's
Kamui.
Sharingan just changed shape, which would
Yeah, but
imply that
Ita-
he's activating some technique, especially when space is being distorted on his chest.
yeah, but
Keep
Itachi
in mind,
doesn't
this is
have
only the
Kamui.
first use. Every time he's using it afterwards, we don't see like the same thing. It just acts faster. It's not
Yeah,
like
it's
it
fine.
takes a while.
It's fine. But CJ,
Hmm?
the only Sharingan that Data is even aware of is Itachi's, and Itachi doesn't have Kamui.
And then you just missed the whole point of my argument. I don't even know why I'm arguing this. You just said
Wait,
it's fine. So
what was your point again? You're saying that. Okay, repeat that because maybe I
okay.
misunderstood.
I'm saying that Data is familiar with Sharingan in general. He's like the Uchiha clan exists because
Wait, but
he's passed from
why would he know this is a Sharingan ability?
Hey, maybe if you let me finish, you'd understand. Okay,
All
so
right, go
he
ahead.
knows Kakashi has the Sharingan. He sees it, and then the Sharingan changes shape, and then space starts to get distorted, which
Wait,
would
CJ,
imply that some sort of technique just happened.
but when does
Like,
Datara see
let
the
me put this in
Sharingan?
simpler terms. Let me put this in simpler terms. If you're
CJ, when
fighting
does
someone,
Datara see the Sharingan? That's like my biggest problem with your statement.
a Sharingan,
Yeah, when does Datara see Kakashi Sharingan?
it doesn't matter if it's Kakashi. Every three tone with Sharingan looks the same.
But
Even if it changes
CJ,
shape, he doesn't need to see Kakashi specific Sharingan
CJ,
just to know that
I don't
something
think
is
you
going to happen.
understand. I don't think you understand what I'm trying to say.
What? Then what are you trying to say, bro?
Okay, this is what I'm understanding from what you're saying. Okay, you're saying that we see like Kakashi's Sharingan, we see Kakashi activate MS, right? And because of space being distorted, Datara should understand this is an MS ability. That's what I'm getting from what you're saying.
Yeah.
But
Probably. He should
why?
more than likely.
Why? When does
Okay, look.
okay? So I have
Okay,
two questions, CJ. I have two
me.
questions. Hold on, because I'm not understanding what you're trying to say. So like, there's no point in trying to elaborate further. Like,
Hey,
just
bro. Hey, bro.
let me try and
Hey,
pose
bro.
two questions to you. When does Datara become aware of the fact that Kakashi has a Sharingan? And B, my second question, why would Datara know that this is an MS ability? Because
Hey,
keep in
let me tell you
mind,
something real quick. Again, how about this? I suggest we just
yeah.
move on because you yourself said earlier. I said, well, I don't even know why I'm arguing this. This never happens again, and it usually acts way faster. It just gets to the second part after it lands, and then you said, yeah, that's fine. So I said, you kind of
Wait,
conceded to like
what did I say? That's fine. Wait, to what did I say that?
I said that I don't know why I'm arguing this. Every time we see him use Conway afterwards, when it lands, it just starts sucking. It doesn't like land and then stay
But,
there
but
like it
CJ,
did for David.
why does
It starts
Datara know
sucking.
what Kamui is? Why does Datara know what Kamui is?
Hey, bro, hey, bro,
Presupposing that he knows that you're
hey,
presupposing that he knows
hey,
what
bro.
Kamui
Let me
is. Do
explain.
you
Let
want to
me
let me
explain. Let
finish?
me explain.
Ah, damn.
What? You just asked the question and you started arguing something. That's basically
Oh, go
shocking.
ahead.
How am I supposed to
Okay.
ask the question
Go
and
ahead,
address your
CJ. Go
argument
ahead.
at the same time?
Go ahead, CJ. Go ahead.
Hey, bro. I'm just okay. I'm gonna drop the data part and say, even if he isn't aware of Kamui, the fact that Kamui suction scales to data speed, right, is all I
Datara
need.
is not moving. I don't agree to that. Datara is not moving.
Yes, it does. Okay. It starts sucking data. Pause. It starts sucking data on the first page at the very end of the first page,
But Datara is not
and then
moving,
data
CJ.
moves, and then data moves, and it still tags him, which would imply he
When
can't even.
Datara starts moving when he
Huh?
sees the hole on him, halfway
Yeah,
through
the
the
hole is
jutsu.
the part where he starts sucking. That just means the
No,
sucking
CJ,
part
it
scales.
starts sucking when the space distorts. Starts
What?
sucking when the space distorts, CJ. That's when Kamui starts sucking. That's why the space distorts, because it's sucking the fucking space it's Kakashi's like aiming the jutsu at. That's why the space is distorting. It's not just doing that for like aesthetics.
So you're saying the second he activated it, it starts sucking?
Of course, dude. That's how the jutsu works.
All right. So that still doesn't really debunk what I said earlier. I said even if I kind of misconstrued it, my like the basis of what I said earlier is that every time we see it afterwards, the second it lands, it starts sucking, right? And it doesn't have this startup phase where it's like sucking just a little bit and then it starts to suck a lot. Pause. Oh my god, I hate this debate.
Nah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Don't trip. I get what you're saying.
You understand what I'm saying now?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said it's fine to them. You really said it's fine to them.
No. I'm saying I get. No. You're saying no homo to shit, but I'm like, I get what you're saying. I'm saying I get what you're saying.
Oh,
But
okay.
you have to say no homo. But
I,
anyway,
okay, I said earlier that once Kakashi activates Kamui after this point in time,
yeah.
it doesn't like do the startup animation thing, Jake, where it's like barely distorts space and then it starts to rapidly distort space, like we see in these pages I showed you. It just goes to the second stage where it starts to rapidly suck space, and
When he
that's the
uses
part I'm
the jutsu
talking about.
later, when he uses it
Yeah,
later.
when he uses it afterwards, when he uses it against the nail, he instantly teleports the nail away before what's his name? Pain can notice. He teleports
Can you show me
the
that?
missile away before it hits Choji. That just shows that it doesn't have the startup animation like it does in this scene.
Uh, can you show me that?
Okay. What was the fight? 420 something?
Uh, I think it starts 420, and it might end at like 425. I can help you look for it.
Please be right about that. Thank you.
I got you, bro.
After this, we'll move on. After I just drop these panels to show what I'm talking about.
I mean, I don't know if I agree with the point, CJ. I gotta look at the scans first and shit.
You literally said that's fine. Even if I didn't explain it, I literally said, well, we don't see this
CJ,
like dark
CJ,
animation.
CJ, you were saying like, wait, when did I say that's fine? I'm so confused.
You said it like, let me check, around 5 to 10 minutes ago in the debate. That was the first time I said, hey, maybe we should move on. That was when I said, hey, maybe we should move on because you literally said that's fine. After I said, I don't know why I'm arguing this. Every time we see it afterwards, it just immediately starts sucking when it lands. That's remember that when I said, hey, maybe we
Repeat that.
should
Repeat
move on.
that. Repeat that.
I said, my words were, I don't know why I'm arguing this. Every time we see it used afterwards, it just starts sucking immediately after it lands. And it doesn't do the startup animation shit like it
Oh
does
yeah,
here.
that's fine. Yeah.
Said, you're fine with that? Okay.
I mean,
So,
yeah. Why would
so
Sasuke be hit by
you
that?
just said it. You just said it again. You said, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's literally your words.
Yeah, why would Sasuke be hit by that?
Okay, because if I'm able to scale the suction part right to Datara's speed, because Datara can't fully dodge it when it starts the suction part. I mean, at least the full force of it. If it scales to Datara and Datara can react to Sasuke, that would just mean my win
Wait,
con
CJ,
is that Kakashi.
you didn't prove that it scales to Datara.
I did. Oh, give me a
No,
second.
Datara's not moving, bro. Datara's standing still.
So, the reason why it scales to Datara is that he notices it when it starts to do the second part of the sucking, where it's like actually gets like really intense and it starts to actually pull the target into the space, and then Datara reacts at the same time it starts, and then he's still not able to fully dodge, which implies that it scales to Datara. That's my
Okay,
argument.
but how fast is Datara moving here?
How fast is it, bro? If he really sees his chest being sucked away, I'd assume he doesn't want all of his body to be sucked away, or a specific part of his body to get sucked away. So it'd probably be his full speed.
But how is it his full speed if he's standing still? Maybe the full speed of the bird, but not Datara's.
He's not. He just moves his body. He really just moves his body.
Sure. I
It's not.
mean,
It's not the
does
split.
Kamui like
Speed of
slow
the
the
bird.
person down while it's sucking?
Hmm? What do you say?
Does Kamui like affect a person's speed at all while it's sucking?
Well, one, I don't know. Two, even if it does, that just means Sasuke gets slowed down when he gets sucked by. If I can prove he gets sucked by Kamui, that doesn't really help anything.
CJ, I'ma just concede, bro. I'm not gonna lie, you're cooking me.
The whole debate.
Yeah, I'ma just concede, bro.
What is you doing?